Welcome to our second review video. In this video, we are going to talk about dot plots. So our goal for this video is going to be to display data on a dot plot and to analyze that data and draw conclusions from it in order to answer some questions about what we're seeing. So a dot plot is a graph that records each piece of data along a number line. So the key word there is the number line. When you think dot plot, you need to think, oh yeah, I'm putting dots above a number line. So for our first example, Mrs. Walker recorded the number of letters in each student's first name in her homeroom class. So we can see those numbers of letters in our table down here, where each number is going to represent one student's first name. And then we already see the number line down here ready to put our dot plot on. So the first thing we need to do is always add our title and our labels. So we're going to call this dot plot letters in students' first names. And then the numbers on my number line are going to represent the number of letters in their first names. So there are my numbers on my number line. Notice I'm not skipping any. I go straight from 3 all the way to 9. I don't have to show 0, 1, and 2. Sorry, Teddy has opinions right now. I don't have to show 0, 1, and 2 down here because these arrows on the ends let me know that my number line is continuing on in both directions, but I only need to look at this part of the number line for this problem. So those arrows just show me it keeps going, but I don't have to show those other numbers. So now I'm going to put the number of dots above each number of letters for how many times it appears, each number appears up here. So I see the number 3 times, so it's going to get 3 dots. 4, there are 6 people with 4 letters in their name. 5 people with 5 letters. 3 people with 6 letters in their first name. 2 people with 7, 2 people with 8, and 1 person with 9 letters in their first name. So now that we have our dot plot created, first I want you to notice that the dots are nice and evenly spaced, and it's very easy to understand what's happening here with the dots evenly spaced like this. It's easy to compare each number and draw conclusions from that. So that's very important. All right, so Mrs. Walker concludes that more than half of the class has 4 or 5 letters in their first name. Is she correct? Well, I see 6 dots above 4 and 5 dots above 5, so that gives us a total of 11 students. Now, we said there were 22 students in the whole class, and if we count, that would mean there are 22 dots. 11 is exactly half of 22, so we're going to say Ms. Walker is actually incorrect because she said that more than half of the class has 4 or 5 letters in their first name, and it really is exactly half. So now, how many students have more than 6 letters in their first name? So it says more than 6, which would not include 6. So that means 7, 8, or 9 letters. Well, there are 2 people with 7 letters, 2 people with 8 letters, and 1 person with 9, which gives us a total of 5 students. All right, for our next example, Allie picks apples from a tree in her backyard. The apples all vary slightly in size. The weights are displayed in the table. So first important thing to note is that we're talking about weight here, and weight is something that we measure, so we must include the unit. If it's something that you count, you don't have to have a unit, but if it's something that you're measuring, you must include the unit. So our unit here is ounces. So here we have the weights of all the apples that they picked this week. And again, I have my number line down here. First thing I need is a title and my labels. So Allie's apple weights and weights in ounces are what the numbers on our number line are going to be. So here, notice it's a little different because we have decimals instead of whole numbers, but we can put decimals on a number line so we can also represent them on a dot plot. So I find my lowest and I find my highest, and that helps me put my numbers on my number line. Notice I'm counting by 1/10 this time, and I have not skipped any numbers. When I put my dots on my dot plot, I can start to draw conclusions, and I see here that 9 ounces, there were not any apples that weighed exactly 9 ounces. I still have to include 9 ounces on my number line because we cannot skip a number on a number line. We just show that there are no dots above it, which tells us there were not any apples with that weight. Now that we have our dot plot, let's look at this question. Allie's family sells the apples they grow that weigh over 9 ounces at the farmer's market on Saturdays. How many apples do they have to sell this Saturday? So more than 9 ounces, that's going to be these ones over here. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals a total of 6 apples that they have to sell on Saturday. All right, in the next video, we're going to look at stem and leaf plots. In initially uploading these, I did all 3 of them together, and YouTube did not like it for uploading, so I'm trying it this way now with them separate. So join me for the next one on stem and leaf plots. Thanks, guys. Bye.